Volta's first quarter numbers miss estimates on all fronts as room AC demand remains weak. The stock lower by 5%.
PG Electroplus continues to fall, down another 15% today after the management significantly cut its guidance last week. The management, speaking to CNBC-TV18, attributed the revision in guidance to the lack of recovery in AC sales in July as well as in August.
Siemens opens with cuts but recovers from lows, nearly 5% recovery from lows as the company's profits and EBITDA margins miss in the quarter. The company's revenue, however, grew higher than expected, and that has the stock recovered.
Grasim's higher as well following its first quarter numbers. Brokerages Jefferies, Motilal Oswal and Nuvama, they have raised their target price on the stock following the numbers.
And if you look at some of the other results as well, strong earnings coming in from the likes of DOMS Industries, Jubilant Consumer, the erstwhile Jubilant Chemicals, and all of them have reported a good performance.
Hello and welcome to Chartbusters. We are coming to you live from the CNBC-TV18 Motilal Oswal studio. The Nifty is trading in the green. The Nifty Bank as well has seen a bit of a recovery. The mid-cap index has moved into the green. So all the frontline indices, they're now trading with gains. Remember, we are bouncing off extremely oversold levels. You know, we have to see whether or not we can build in from here. But good to see after a while, all the frontline indices, well, in the green. Hey, Mangala.
Hi, Nigel. We start a good week, a week on the front foot after 6 weeks of losses. The question whether it sustains or not, and the answer to that would be in how the India VIX performs. Even as the frontline indices are all in the green, the Nifty is actually at the high point of trade. We have the India VIX, which has spiked about 4% first thing in the morning itself. It's closer to 12.5. Remember, when the markets were falling, it was between 10 and 11.5, almost 12. So with the market moving, seeing a bit of a bounce, VIX is moving as well. Bulls would have liked to see that cooling down. So let's see where that goes on as well. But there's the last week of earnings, a lot of them listed on the bourses to report their numbers. Let's get in earnings conversations itself. JK Tyre reported a weak quarter with profits falling nearly 22% as the margins contracted due to raw material costs. We are joined by Anshuman Singhania, who's the managing director of the company. Thanks a lot, Anshuman, for joining in. If I look at your revenues, your first quarter revenues grew by about 6%, but there was a big decline in Mexico, near mid-teen sort of decline, even as India grew high single digits. On both the Indian business and the Mexican business, if you could give us a sense on what kind of revenue growth are you factoring in this year, given all the uncertainty that there is on tariffs, etc. If you could give us, start from the top line and then we go along the other parts of your income statement.
Yeah, hi. Thanks for having me on your show. Well, the top line growth this year, we are looking at initial double-digit growth. And we are looking at the markets to be very bullish. The domestic market is performing well. In fact, in the domestic market, we've had a robust 11% growth in both in our OEM and replacement market, which is an aftermarket on year-on-year basis. And we continue to see that sentiments are good. And we see the growth drivers and our continuous strengthening in the market presence is going to continue. Even for the export market, though it was a challenging quarter with lots of uncertainties, having said that, even the passenger vehicle witnessed good growth for a quarter-on-quarter basis and year-on-year basis. Well, you talked about the tariff. A tariff for America right now, as we know, it is 50%, but we are still sort of reading in between the lines and getting some clarifications. From our top line, US is only about 3%, and we are very well poised to divert that sale to other non-American countries, and where we have a good footprint, namely EU, UK, Middle East, Latin America, and Brazil.
All right. Hi, Anshuman. Good to see you, Ben. So you're targeting double-digit revenue growth, right, for
Yes.
FY26. Got it. And that'll be in early teens.
Yes.
Got it. All right. And, if you could help us out with the Mexico business, that's clearly been under some pressure, right? There was a degrowth in the first quarter, and it delivered an EBIT loss. When does this business get back into the green terrain? Point number one. And what kind of a growth are you factoring in here?
Well, last 2 quarters, because of the uncertainty of the tariff, there was a lot of uncertainty So JK Tornel was a lot under pressure. However, the worst is behind us. In fact, in Q1, JK Tornel recorded a revenue growth of 12%, and on currency constant basis, which is the pesos, it recorded a revenue growth of 7%. And as we go along around the quarter, we are very optimistic about the growth of Tornel for this year, because we serve the US market, and the US currently the tariff is zero right now. They have given a pause period of 90 days, and we are largely serving the Mexico market and Brazil and Latin America, which is looking to be good in Mexico.
So Mexico
very
turns.
optimistic.
Mexico will become profitable again?
Yes, it will become profitable again.
In the second quarter itself?
Yes.
All right. So that should be good news. What about your overall margins? Because, we've seen a lot of your peers report numbers as well. They said that first quarter, second quarter, there might be some compression in margins because of the high cost inventory that they've been sitting on. But going from here on, they could see some sort of improvement as we move along. So for the entire year, what kind of margins are you targeting? And by when does recovery start?
Well, the margin for us in the Q1, we had an expansion of almost, in the absolute numbers, we had a 10% increase in the margins. And we see that the margins improvements are going to be coming in as we go along quarter on quarter this year. Raw material prices are down from the previous quarter, and we see a stability in raw material prices. Lot of our attribute towards improving our operational efficiency, plus a lot of our premiumization thrust on product mix is definitely going to be helping the margin expansion, and notwithstanding the government's push in the infrastructure projects. So H2 is going to be very exciting with the repo rate also coming down and the monsoon being good. So it argues well going forward.
All right. And raw material costs have trended lower. Operating leverage will pick up. So that means that margins from around this 10.5% handle should move back towards, say, that 12.5%, 13%. Is that something that you would like to achieve for the year on the whole?
Yeah, that has been our general guidance. So it should be in that range.
12.5% to 13%. Got it. If you could tell us, what about your capacity addition plans? Currently, what utilization levels are you functioning at? And do you have plans to add capacity?
Yeah, sure. So we are currently right now at a 89% capacity utilization. Our radials have been at a 90+% utilization. And we have our capacity plan, which is already going on, which is a layout of 1,400 crores in passenger car radial, truck bus radial, and all steel radial tires. So that is well within our plan, and that is progressing well.
Right. And, if you could give us a sense on how your revenue mix changes from here on itself. You did say that OEMs and replacement markets did well in the domestic business this time around. Passenger vehicles also saw a bit of a pickup, but nearly half of your revenue does come in from commercial vehicles, where the outlook is slightly muted. So if you could give us a sense on that. And secondly, premium tires as a proportion of sales, how much is that, and how much is that likely to be over, say, 2 to 3 years? Because you're pushing for premium tires to go to OEMs.
Yeah, sure. So we have a sharp increase in our premiumization. And when we talk about across the board in all the categories, in the passenger car, we were about 20% about 2 years back, 15 inch and above. And now we are treading towards 26 plus in our mix. And going forward, as our capacities are coming in, we will be definitely targeting a very high digit number going from here. Our acceptance in products of premium tires has really caught on, not only with the OEMs, but we have good traction with the dealers and our channel partners. To name a few, our Levitas ultra high performance tires have been really performing well, and it has really caught the fancies of the luxury car market. Uh, Coming to truck tires, our XF series, which is a value add product which has been well accepted in the OEMs and also getting a lot of traction in the aftermarket. So going forward, we're going to be introducing many more products like that, and we are very confident that with our innovative technology, which is the heart of it,
Right.
will definitely deliver better.
Running out of time, Anshuman, quickly, if you could give us your current market share and where do you intend that to go by the end of this year?
We don't give market share, but I could say that today we are the number one in the commercial vehicle segment. We are definitely installing a lot of capacities for our passenger car. So we are strong there, market share in there.
Take that point. Thank you so much. Good luck for the remainder of this year. More importantly, we'll watch out for a turnaround in your Mexico business and at the same time margin improvement from here, even as you guide for double-digit growth for the entire year. With that, we'll take a short break, come back, focus on the markets and a lot of stock-specific action. Stay with us.
Welcome back. Well, let's focus on the technicals of the market. We have Shivangi Sarda who joins in. Hi, Shivangi. Good morning. Good to see you in. Belated happy birthday. Hope you had a good one over the weekend. That said, the markets are having a good one this morning. What's your view on the Nifty? Where are we headed? Point number one. Point number two. Fill us in with a couple of stocks. Please go ahead.
Morning, Nigel and Mangalam. Thank you for having me, and thank you so much for the birthday wishes as well. Well, looking at the markets, there has been good support-based buying, and we've seen that it has become sticky at the lower levels. The Nifty put-call ratio has sunk, but the India VIX has also risen. So somewhat pressure at the higher zones is intact. But then again, bulls are stepping in at the lower levels to save it up from further downside from the last three trading sessions. So we're looking at a capped upside move, but sort of a range-bound move where bulls are coming in to save, but bears are firmly having a control majorly. So levels per se, we're looking at 24,150 as an important support level for the upside zone of 24,650 zone. So quite a range-bound move that we're expecting in Nifty with volatile swings in between. Talking about Bank Nifty, this one has been showing strength from the PSU space specifically, but heavyweights are not contributing to this index. However, it did, take a good support near 55,000 levels, and there was buying seen, which made it rebound and hold above these levels. So till the time it holds above 55,000 levels, we could aim for an up move towards 55,750 levels, while 55,000 stands as an important support level here for this one. Now, talking about the stock-specific action, of course, talking about the banking space, first up is from the PSU banking space, which is Indian Bank. This one has resiliently held and, shown strength from the last 5 to 6 trading sessions. Even we've seen good volumes adding up here on the weekly basis as well. It's broken out from its consolidative band of the last 8 trading weeks. And on the monthly basis as well, we've seen that the stock has continuously performed and it has been holding at the higher zones from the last 6 to 7 months. So definitely on radar and strength adding up here for the next targets towards 690 levels with a support of 650 zones. And the second one on my radar is Fortis Healthcare. We've seen a lot of action in the healthcare space today. And this one has actually shown strength from the last week. We've seen volumes adding up here with a good amount of unwinding, and good momentum to continue here. Of course, this has been an outperformer for the last 4 years, and even on the immediate basis, we're seeing momentum adding up. So this one is looking quite lucrative for the next target of 945 levels with a support of 890 zones.
Take that point, Shivangi. Thank you so much for your calls on the market as well as the mid-cap stocks along with the Nifty Bank. Wish you once again a very happy birthday. Meanwhile, just watch out for a couple of these defense names which are spiking right now. Mazagon Dock had a weak session on Friday but has now bounced back. And look at Solar Industries. That's the other one which has moved higher. Manappuram Finance too, Gaurav told us the results were slightly shy of street expectations, but that one too has recovered from the lows, currently at the high point of trade. Take a short break, come back, get you more of the markets and a lot of stock-specific action. Stay with us.
Welcome back. Well, the markets have hit a century right now. It's been a long time coming, but it seems the bulls finally, they have found the form. And in fact, now they're seeing the ball big, hitting a good 100 runs as we speak. The Nifty Bank up 270 points, so things are good. Mangalam, and we will take some credit that we have been the good luck charms. The last 30 minutes, in fact, has been quite good, Mangalam. Number of stocks advancing, way more than the number of stocks declining. But now the pressure is on team trading hour.
It is on team trading hour also because while, the first runs were easy to get, now we have the 100-day moving average coming in on the Nifty closer to that 24,500 mark. So first start belongs to the bulls. Let's see where the next part goes. The good part, however, is that from the time we started the show to now, we've seen a mild smidge of a downtick on the India VIX as well. So if things are looking better and continue to look better, who knows, we can see a bigger move in the latter half of trade. With that, we wrap up on this edition of Chartbusters. You stay tuned. Trading Hour comes up next.